The French Revolution left a deep impact on the European countries. Before the 18th century, society was broadly categorized where the church and aristocracies held complete power. However, after the revolution, it seemed possible to change this. In various parts of the world, including Europe and Asia, thinkers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Desrosiers in India were inspired by revolutionary ideas. They changed the way people talked about personal rights and how society should work. They wanted everyone to have more freedom and equal power in society. However, not everyone in Europe wanted a complete change. There were several diverse ideas. The beliefs ranged from those supporting gradual change to those pushing for big and quick transformations. The terms conservatives, liberals, and radicals emerged to capture these differing perspectives. These words can mean different things depending on the situation and when you look at them. So let us start by understanding these beliefs. Liberals. Liberals were a group of people who wanted to change the society. Their beliefs are broadly classified as religious tolerance. Most of the European countries favored specific religions. Britain favored the Church of England, Austria and Spain favored the Catholic Church. The liberals wanted to build a nation that tolerated all religions. They opposed discrimination based on religion. They wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals against the government. Limited power of dynastic rulers. The liberals opposed the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. They wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals. They called for a representative, elected parliamentary government subject to laws interpreted by an independent judiciary. Selective voting rights. These people did not want to adopt universal adult franchise, which means they wanted voting rights to be reserved only for men who had a good amount of property. Radicals. Radicals had the idea of the formation of a government based only on the majority support of people irrespective of gender or financial circumstances. They opposed the privileges of wealthy landowners and also supported the struggle for women's rights. Radicals were not against the idea of owning land, however, they were opposed to giving large land to few people. Conservatives. Conservatives were a group who were opposed to the idea of change. Radicals and liberals felt the need for a change in society. However, conservatives were completely against the idea of change in the system. After the French Revolution, even they felt that some change was needed. They believed that the past had to be respected and changes must be slow. The differing ideas about societal change were evident in various attempts at revolution and national transformation in the 19th century. Industrial society and social change. After the effect of ideologies on people, there was high time for a change in social and economic lifestyle. This era witnessed the rise of new cities, the development of industrialized regions, the expansion of railways, and the seismic impact of the Industrial Revolution. Industrialization. As the age of industrialization started, a large number of men, women, and children started living near areas with factories. However, this progress came with an even higher cost. Work hours were increased, and wages could be seen declining at an alarming rate. Housing and sanitation also became a huge problem. Liberals and radicals in action. Among the challenges imposed by industrialization, the liberals and radicals took a united stand to seek solutions for the problem. Both liberals and radicals were mainly composed of land and factory owners. They had become rich through their own efforts and trade. So they believed hard work should be encouraged. This should benefit them by having a healthy, educated workforce. They firmly believed in the value of individual effort, labor, and enterprise. Because of this ideology, the working class started supporting liberals and radicals by showing their public participation. Many European people, like nationalists and liberals, wanted to change the government's setup in 1815. In countries like France, Italy, Germany, and Russia, they worked to overthrow the existing monarchies. These individuals aimed for revolutions that would create nations where everyone had equal rights. In Italy, Giuseppe Mazzini was able to overthrow the government with the help of his people. Hence, he became a popular figure for nationalists. He was able to influence crowds. The coming of socialism to Europe. In the mid-19th century, socialism emerged as a significant ideology in Europe. It gained widespread attention due to its vision for restructuring society. Socialists were opposed to private property. They considered it the root cause of all social issues prevailing at the time. They felt that those who owned property were only interested in personal gain, neglecting the well-being of the workers working for it. Socialists proposed that if society collectively controlled property instead of individuals, there would be greater consideration for collective social interests. This change was seen as most important, and socialists actively campaigned for it. Different socialists had different views. Robert Owen was a leading English manufacturer. He wanted people to work together in groups that were independent of government control, called cooperatives, to help each other. Louis Blanc, a French thinker, said the government should support and help groups working together, called cooperatives. In his vision, people would form groups to make things, and everyone would share in the success. Karl Marx said there's a problem with how things work. Some people own everything and others have to work hard but don't get much in return. Marx wanted a big change. He said workers, the people doing the hard work, should take control and make a new system called communism. In communism, everyone would be equal, and there would be no rich or poor. Friedrich Engels was a friend of Marx. They worked together on these ideas. Engels helped Marx with his thoughts. They wrote important things together, like the Communist Manifesto. Engels played a big role in sharing these ideas with others, making more people understand the need for change. Support for socialism. During the 1870s, socialist ideologies gained fame all across Europe. This led to the formation of the Second International as a means of coordinating efforts. In both England and Germany, workers began organizing associations to ask for improved living and working conditions. These groups established funds to support members in times of hardship and called for reductions in working hours and the right to vote. In Germany, these associations collaborated closely with the Social Democratic Party, contributing to its success in securing parliamentary seats. By 1905, a Labour Party had emerged in Britain, and a Socialist Party formed in France, marking the union of both socialists and traders. However, despite their growing influence, socialists faced challenges in attaining governmental power in Europe until 1914. While socialist figures played significant roles in parliamentary politics, their ideas influenced legislation without translating into actual governance. Conservative, liberal, and radical factions continued to dominate European governments during this period. Conclusion. So we were able to understand the timeline of events that led to social change. The French Revolution initiated change. Liberals sought tolerance and limited ruler power. Radicals wanted a majority-based government. Conservatives wanted a slow change. Due to all these beliefs, socialism emerged. It proposed better alternatives but faced challenges in gaining power. We hope that you have understood the age of social change. Now, here's a secret on how you can study effectively with the EduRev app. You can learn with chapter notes, watch video lectures and solve NCERT-based MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev. And that's not all. You also get amazing courses for Class 9 and much more for your Class 9 preparation. Thank you.